guys, it's Angie Martinez. So this episode of IRL is going to be a little different and special. It is a celebration in real life for my friend Mary J. Blige, who's getting ready to launch something very new for her, a new project called The Wind Down. So we're gonna have a party with her real life friends. We're gonna talk about really why she's doing it. And you get to have that experience with us here in real life. But before we get to the conversation, we had a little surprise for Mary. But also some of Mary's friends came to watch it with us here. Just some of your closest people that are here also with us that are going to watch the episode with us. We brought some friends and some family to my house. I don't even know who's in the room, but there's some people from BET. Oh, those are my boys from Earn Your Leisure. You know Troy and Rashad? Have you met them before? We brought some friends to watch the episode and celebrate with y'all tonight. We'll take some photos. And we'll,
wow.
Anyway, you can't have a new...
I'm so surprised.
You should have seen your face. Yeah. You can't have a new accomplishment in your life without sharing it with the people who love you the most. So salute. I'm going to make the wind down, the wind down, wind down. And now we get to talk to Mary about her latest reinvention. I know, but it's a celebration tonight around a real life moment for my friend who's launching a new, by the way, Mary J. Blige, who has had, I mean, if we went to the accolade, I mean, you're my friend, you're my sister, we don't ever talk about your accolades, but if we were just to like list your accolades, you've done not just music-wise, but like all types of shit, movies, TV shows,
philanthropy,
fragrance.
Oh, I got a Fifi award.
Sunglasses, all types of shit. This is a new thing for you.
Yes.
That has to be exciting.
It's fun. It's a new adventure. It's a new challenge. It's a new thing, and
we need that.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's be honest. When you have a long career at something, you need to be inspired in different ways sometimes. Like you need to exercise different parts of your creative body to feel just fresh and challenged, right?
Right. If you don't reinvent yourself, you start shrinking and slipping back. So you have to keep continuing to reinvent yourself for yourself.
Yeah.
Not for people. Like, I don't go, excuse me, whatever.
No, yes, you don't give a fuck.
But for ourselves, we have to, that's in us to keep reinventing ourselves and doing different things because we built like that.
Yeah.
We're just, okay, singing is my thing. It's beautiful. It's amazing. That's in the bag. You know what I mean? Acting, challenge, still a challenge. It's new, but it's almost in the bag.
Killing it.
Almost.
I can't even explain how proud I am of my sister. Like, it just seems like it's just been accomplishment afterwards. And this, the wind down, she been working so hard towards all her little projects and doing all her, I ain't gonna even do it. Don't
Almost everybody in the room has known Mary for years, and we've watched her evolution firsthand.
So you remember me when I first came to the radio station?
Yeah.
And my shoulders was up, and I was nervous. And
yeah.
So from that Mary to now, you see
the evolution.
The evolution.
Yeah. So this is part of the evolution, right? The talk show is like.
Yes. It's fun. It's like everybody, has a chance to speak their piece in their mind and their opinion about how they're feeling about everything.
I know you have Taraji and Carisha on the first episode, and you have 50 on the second, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you learned anything from episode 1 to 2?
Yeah, I did. So Taraji and Carisha was fun and a full, learning experience to an extent because I know
them
both
personally.
Of them. Right. But 50 was complete learning experience because I was blown away by what a gentle giant he is. Not just an amazing television producer, rapper, all the stuff that he's transitioned into. He's as a person, I was like we were.
Oh, did you get deep into like who he is as a person?
We went in and he didn't mind. And we did it in a way where he was comfortable and he just let it rip, but it was just amazing. I learned a lot. That man is he's pretty amazing.
And complicated and not one thing.
No, he's not one thing, and you'll find out. I don't want to tell you what it is, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you'll find out. It was interesting.
So what did you get from the first episode?
The first episode, first of all, I had fun. It was a full girls' day.
Yeah.
Drinking and talking honestly about life, love, sex, business. I just felt like a student. and I felt like I was learning some things, and I felt like I needed them to have the whole floor. And then when it was my turn, I was almost scared to talk because I didn't want to house up the whole, I want to make sure I don't.
Oh yeah,
take
that's
up the whole
interesting. For
thing.
you, who you're used to being the subject of the interview.
Right, so I was like, I had to make sure that I pulled back. I said enough, and then everybody has an equal amount of time.
Yeah, give them the space.
Yeah, give them the space because
Yeah.
it's my show, and I don't want to be like, well, because me.
And another thing
and
about
all
me.
night long.
That's funny because I always had the other thing when I, like all my years doing interviews and being on the radio, I always was like, it's not about me. Like I was always afraid to talk too much about me because I wanted to make sure my focus was on the guest. This podcast is the first time I'm actually like, but you know what happened to me? And so for me, it actually works because it's a new thing for me
Right.
to be able to share like some of my own personal, because if I'm talking about real life, it would be whack for me to ask people to open up about the realest shit in their life, and I'm not. And I'm just here being an observer, not really putting some equity into it too. So it's different. So for me, it's the opposite. People been asking you about your life your whole career.
Yeah.
So now you got to pull back and leave space for other people to talk.
Yeah.
Whereas me, it's the opposite. I'm learning to like lean into like, all right, let me tell you. Also, I'm also fucked up that way. Like I have to learn how to share my own stuff in this space. It's interesting.
I was like, oh shit, she does have feelings. Shut the hell up. She's not just all stone.
Every interviewer has their own style.
You go on a show and someone's asking you questions that's like, yo, why did that person do that? And your people are all frantic, your publicist is going crazy. So I want to avoid that. I want to avoid people walking away being like, why she asked me that? So I think about myself and I think about the shit that these people go through all the time. You know what I'm saying? They're getting enough bashing from wherever they're getting it from. I don't want them to come to my show where I say I love them and care about them and respect them, and they come and I hit them with the, oh yeah, by the way, and then put it,
And there's the clip.
and then,
Here you go, Shade Room. Take that.
We want to protect our friends and we want to protect the people that we care about.
But there still is something to learn from all of our stories. There is a way to share our stories without it being gross or without it being invasive in a way where you're just taking advantage of someone. Like I always say that I don't want to ever take advantage of anybody.
Right.
I want you to willingly share, because when we share, it lifts other people up. When we share, it makes somebody feel less alone at home.
Exactly.
I mean, you've been doing that your whole career through your music. Like honestly, that's why people love you, because you've been sharing so deeply from album one, day one, that it's not really that crazy that you would want to keep that going in a different type of lane. How important is it for you, like where the show lands? As much as you are a true artist and your intentions are true in terms of how you share, because I believe I'm the same way in what I do. Like I believe my intentions are always good. I try to be honest. I try to be present, but also I'm competitive. Also I'm motivated. Like I like to win. You know, we want to be successful.
I like to win too.
Yeah.
But how do we win? By hurting other people?
Never.
Or thinking
it's not worth it to us.
No, we win by just relaxing and doing what we do. We do what we do, you do what you do. Don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. I want to win, blah, blah. You know, that's just me, because anything else is just stupid. Like, and
but you're not willing to compromise anything at this point in your career or your life, is what I'm saying. Like some people compromise. Some people compromise to get the win.
Nah, I think the compromise is where I can't sleep. You know what I mean? Because if I'm not true and authentic to the thing, then what's the point? Like I can't even lie right.
No, I think that's why we're friends.
Yeah, because I tell lies like.
It's exhausting, right? It's like too tiring for me.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
And I'm not saying I haven't, but what I'm saying is it's hard.
It's not worth it.
I'd rather not. Man.
It's like, my whole shit is like peace, right? How do we find peace right now?
Peace comes when you, let me just say this real blatant and blunt.
Please.
You don't give a fuck what nobody else is doing. Fuck what you doing. God bless you though, but I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best, and I'm gonna do the best for myself.
What about you? Did you learn anything about you and how to do that? Like, your role in that space is what I'm saying. Like
I did.
Yeah.
I learned that I can do it, Ange. I learned that I can, and you know, you was coming to my mind like, Angie.
I know I was.
You was coming to mind. I was like,
Yo, let me go on an episode and be like your Mav. Let me be Mav on your LeBron.
don't make me beg you again.
No, stop it.
Because I've been asking you.
No, stop it.
You know what
Mary,
we're supposed
stop.
to be doing.
That's okay. We're gonna do some. We're gonna stop. No, we're gonna do that.
Don't cut. Don't cut this out either.
While LeBron is shooting at the game, Mav got other shit he gotta do. So, but every now and then, Mav and LeBron be on the shop together. He ain't on every episode with LeBron. Ain't on every episode. So let me come be Mav on some episodes when it works out for us, when the universe aligns.
You let me know when, and when we get certain guests, because people are coming.
Yeah.
And when we get those guests,
I'll come. I'm there for you.
Be mad.
I'll give you.
I need
You want me
you,
to give you?
I need you, Mav.
You want me to give you? I just had this conversation. I was at a dinner the other night. That's so crazy because I was at a dinner for them, for Spring Hill, for LeBron's company. I was at a dinner and I was sitting across from Don Lemon. You know him from CNN?
Yes.
And we're talking about because now we're both interviewers, right? And we just get into this whole interview conversation. And so we start talking about some of our tricks that we do. Because you know there are some tricks to this, Mary. Want me to give you one?
Yeah.
Since you're here now?
Yeah.
Since you like with me and Dom?
Yeah.
You want me to give you one?
Yes.
I find that a lot of people make the mistake of not listening. Because they get in the chair and they have questions for people. And all you're focusing on is the question. And the trick is to listen to people and to be present with people. Because most people who get in that seat are not comfortable enough to listen because they're so worried about filling the space with the questions. It ain't about the question. It's about the listening so that you could be present with the person. Because that and it took me years to find that, to understand, like, I'm here to create a space for people to be able to tell their stories. But I feel like that's a thing that people don't tell you. Does that make sense?
It makes a
You
whole
probably
lot.
have it naturally.
I do have it naturally.
Yeah.
And that's why people open up. Because I genuinely want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And I really hate when people are a pet peeve of mine, I hate to see people talking over people. Like, if the person starts talking, you're like, just shut up and let the person
Let me
finish.
finish what I'm saying.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
But also that, and not to be afraid of space. Like sometimes people want to fill the space with talk. So if your guest stops talking for a second, the interviewer wants to jump right in and be like, and what about the other it's like, let the space be just the space for a second. It's okay. Because in any normal conversation, there's space, right? So like, I don't know, it just took me a long time to figure out. And I think you'll naturally have it, but quiet is okay sometimes. Because sometimes people need to think. And then that requires quiet, like right now. So if I'm talking to you and I'm like, you know what? You see that big space I just fucking had there? Most people would never feel comfortable on camera to do that.
But
does that make, what I
yeah,
mean?
it's a natural for you, obviously. Because
but
you've been doing
But I grew into that.
But you know.
But nobody told me that.
But
nobody
did it.
told me that.
Every time I did an interview with you,
You did?
it
I
was
did?
always that with us. It was always that. You always listened to me. Like the first time I met you, you was listening to me, and I needed someone to listen. That's why we friends to this day. I was like, oh, I love her.
I love you
She's
too.
my friend. She's my friend, and you cared about me. You cared about what well, your actions let me know that you cared because you listened. And everybody else is not listening. Everybody else is going based on what they heard and what was in other interviews. You just, your whole shit was brand new because you was like, talk. And I was talking for a long time.
Well, not always. At the beginning, you didn't always talk so much. You were always so defensive and like,
Yeah,
you
but
were a
when I
little
spoke-
quiet. But then when you would, then
When
you
I
would
spoke,
come,
you gave me that opening. You gave me that freedom. You made me feel safe. Right on the air.
Yeah.
I'm not safe on the air, but you did that.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
It's the truth.
But you got that, clearly you got that in you too. Clearly you're here now.
Yeah, I'm learning still.
You're learning, your baby. It's a new
learning.
project. It's okay. It's a new project, but at least that's your intention. At least your
Yeah.
intention is to create a space where you can have real conversations with people that you are really friends with.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and yeah.
you gonna kill this shit. You gonna kill it. You gonna kill it.
I'm working.
You got it, baby. Yo, we're gonna watch tonight. How does that feel to know that we're gonna people are gonna watch?
You know it's nerve-wracking.
Are you really? Is
I'm
it?
always every time Ghost is getting ready to come on, I'm already nervous about that. This is about to come on. I'm nervous about that. The children's book is about to be out. I'm nervous about that. Like, you can't help, well, me anyway, I can't help but to get nervous every time.
So nerves can get the best of any of us, but it's really amazing when they don't.
I was at the NAACP Awards, which you've probably been at 700 times in your career.
No, I've been there like twice maybe.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I never attended. This wasn't even the awards. This was the pre-show, the nomination, because you know my podcast got nominated for NAACP.
Oh shit, congratulations.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Thank you. My first year of launch. You know how crazy that is? It's like, it wasn't even in my.
That's because you're great at it, Angie.
Thank you, baby. I was really honored. I really felt like, I don't know. You know how it is when you have a baby project or something that really you give, like probably like what the wind down is for you, like right now, this is where you're at in your life. This is what you want to share. This is what this podcast was for me. It was like where I'm at, what I want to share. And then we get nominated for this NAACP. I'm like, what? Are you sure? Because we just dropped. This just happened. What do you mean? So the nomination itself was insane. Anyway, so I go to the nominees dinner. And maybe you and I are probably like a lot like this. Maybe you, not so much you now, but normally at those type of events, things that I have never been to, or things where I deem that people in the audience are so important or like esteemed or successful. You know, I would feel a bit of discomfort. I would feel like stiff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would feel stiff because I would feel like I have to read the prompter the right way. Okay. Now, in the next nominee for best presentation, I would feel the stress of I want to perform at a level that is worthy of being in this room, right? You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So I'm at the NAACP dinner the other night, and I'm about to present 3 awards. And I was standing there at the stairs, getting ready to go on the stage, and I took a deep breath, and I just looked around. I was like, wow, like, this is fun. I don't know if you've ever just felt so relaxed anywhere. And in the moment, I felt it was the first time I've ever been at an event like that wasn't in my natural space, my natural habitat. And I felt like me, like 100% me, with no fear, with like, it is what it's supposed to be. And I actually was so present that I could talk to myself in the moment and be like, wow, you're really here right now. Like, this is fun. This is cool. Like, I felt no anxiety, I went on the stage, I did my things, I didn't feel, that's a new feeling for me.
That's good. That's great. That's growth.
But is that something you feel when you go out to those things? That type of level of
not all the time. Not all the time. The level of comfort in those events, it doesn't happen all the time. It happens when I'm in a place where I'm comfortable. And if it's someplace, then it doesn't happen when I'm not comfortable. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna?
Yes,
You think
I do understand.
So if you were just comfortable, you were in your space where you probably knew people or
I wasn't in my space.
Well, then that was something that happened in you. That was something that happened in you. I'm still getting past nerves and jitters. Period. Everything is still new. You know what I'm saying? Everything is still new. But then sometimes I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, like when I first got on the Ghost set, I used to be like, nah, I'm just going there. Like, I'm on there. Like, I'm there.
I got this.
Yeah, what I'm doing. That's my
You were nervous at the beginning?
Oh, at the very first.
Why? Because you feel like these people been acting longer than me, or
I just felt like, damn, I hope I can do this. I hope I studied. I know I'm prepped for it, but damn, I just hope that I can, when that camera hits me, I could deliver with my eyes just looking straight at, you know what I'm saying? So I was nervous then. So now, after so much of it, and just like,
confident.
Yeah, I'm confident in it now. I have to be confident in it. But when I go to some places, I still feel like I'm just gonna say because I haven't been to the Grammys in years. I felt fucking awkward.
You did?
I did. I mean, performing, I was like, fuck everybody. And I did what I do, because that's just how I do.
Once that music starts?
Yeah, once that shit starts. But sitting in my seat, I was like, I haven't been here in years. I feel weird.
Really?
Yes, me and my sister was sitting there like, We were, and we couldn't even have a drink, you know, because they didn't have, you know, anything to loosen us up. So we was just sitting there like, ah, man, I can't wait till this shit is over.
It's so funny that you still feel that. Can I tell you what I think it is? And that's the only reason I share this story is because what I think it is. What I think it is in that moment when I'm talking about NAACP, probably the moment that you feel when you're on stage and you're performing is surrendering.
Say that again.
Surrendering.
That you have to surrender. So now when I did my Billboard speech, I was super comfortable. When I got the Icon Award, I was super comfortable.
Why?
I was surprised at how comfortable I was.
But why?
Because it was my moment, my speech, my time, my story, and I didn't care who liked it, wanted to hear it or not. It was me being honored for my work all my career by the Billboard Awards. That was major for me, and I wasn't gonna let nobody mess it up for me. So I was just relaxed, standing up there looking at everybody. Like I was really in my bag.
You was in your bag?
I was in my bag, and Fat Joe was right there, and Calla was right there, and I
you
was like,
felt-
what up, what up, what up? Don Poole was right there, my people were there, and it was a big, big moment. But I wasn't gonna ruin it for myself. So we're not self-sabotaging anymore with nerves and being afraid, you know?
Yeah, but this is the reason I wanted to share that. And I love that you had that moment. Because even in this moment, where you're about to launch your show, we're celebrating that tonight, we're gonna watch your new show. I think that's a takeaway for people. I think that's something people could use in their own life. I think we all get in our own heads, and then we can't operate at our full potential because we're blocking ourselves. Like we're blocking ourselves with nerves, anxiety, insecurities about what other people in the room might be thinking about us, or and when we're in our bag, like you say, we're in our bag, that's when you deliver. That's when you deliver what you're supposed to be. That's when you show up as the person you're supposed to be, because you block out all that shit. You surrender to whatever God has in front of you to be.
Yeah.
Or however he wants to honor you, or however he wants to put you in front of the world. It's like if you could just surrender to that, that's when you show up as the best version of yourself.
Yes, and it feels good.
Yeah. Right? It feels the best.
That shit felt good.
I know it. I already know it felt good.
When I was
for
up
you.
there giving my speech, I was feeling like, man, you know how I felt.
You took that quiet space I was talking about before.
did.
You just was like, let me breathe this in for a second.
Man,
I love that for you. That makes me so happy.
Thank you, sis. And thank you for having me on here.
Are you crazy?
Just, again,
I'm proud of you.
thank you.
Should we watch her show?
Yeah, let's do it. I hope people love
Love
it and
it.
enjoy it.
They're gonna love it.
Hold on, let me go sit and quiet and see
We love you.
what's
so
up with it.
we love you, so we're gonna love it.
So is this a shoot for your show?
Well, it's a shoot for my show to celebrate Mary's show.
Okay, good. I love the idea of what she's doing.
The wind down, yeah.
Yes,
It's so good, right? So
Yes.
my show, which is this podcast that I
know your
created this
show.
year,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, of course, of course.
But it's in real life. So this is the first time I'm doing like a special on the pod, which is more about celebrating moments, like celebrations, like specials that we'll do. And why this is the perfect way to kind of kick that off with a celebration
Thank you.
for my friend.
Thank
We appreciate you. We're just so happy, and we just can't wait to see this new episode. And you're embarking on this yet another career, from entertainment to music to film to fashion to television, now to hosting your own show. We love you, and we can't wait for you to take on this new journey. And everyone in this room, all your friends and all the family is here. So
New
we
friends,
just
we
wanna-
got new friends,
we got
the
new
BET
friends,
is
new
here.
family, BET,
40/40's here.
40/40, Sun Goddess.
Sun Goddess is for sure in here.
Definitely Brand, and we're just excited and happy for you, and we just want to toast to you in this new beginning.
Queen. Thank you so much, Queen.